All right, so it's multiplying and dividing now with rational numbers, and this is not really anything new. If you know how to multiply and divide fractions and rational numbers from before, it's just with negative signs and a little bit trickier. So when you have when you're multiplying fractions, remember you just multiply the tops, multiply the bottoms, and then reduce. Or as I used to say, you just do it. With the negative signs, it adds a little extra thinking, but it's no big deal. So we times the tops together. We are multiplying, by the way, because there's nothing in between the brackets. Negative 3 times negative 1, positive 3, 2 times 5, 10, 3/10, can't reduce it, you're done. Done. Over here, 9 times negative 3 is negative 27. And 10 times 10 is 100. And you can't reduce that, so it's negative 27 over 100. Now you have two mixed numbers. You got to turn them into improper fractions. Remember, how do you do this? You take the denominator, 4 times 2, which is 8. Then you add the 3 to get 11. So you have 11 over the same denominator, 4. And this one here, 5 times 1 is 5, plus 2, 7. 7 over 5. And these two are multiplying each other. 11 times 7 is 77. 4 times 5 is 20. And we got to figure out how many times does 20 go into 77. It goes in 3 times, which is 60. And that's 17 left over 20. Can't reduce that. You're done. So this should be a breeze, I think, overall. When you get to questions like this, though, instead of falling into the trap and just thinking, oh, I got to multiply these two big numbers together, you don't have to. You can always look to cross-cancel. On this question above here, we couldn't cross-cancel. On this one, you can. Here's how it works. You see if the numbers that are going diagonal or up down can reduce into each other. 7 and 21 go into each other. 7 goes into 7 once, and 7 goes into 21 3 times. So you can cross cancel there. So 7 goes in there once, 7 goes in there 3 times. Don't forget the negative sign. And you should know that 11 goes into 44. 11 goes into 11 once. There's the negative sign. And it goes into 44 twice. Sorry, 4 times. All right. So you're left with negative 1 over 1 times negative 3 over 4, which is negative 1 times negative 3, 2 negatives, positive 3, over 1 times 4, which is 4. So it's just 3/4. So whenever you can, try to cross-cancel. It'll make your life so much easier than having to multiply 11 times 21 and 7 times 44 and then having to reduce later on. Okay, so how do you deal with decimals? 260 times negative 0.04. Now, I'm going to let you do this on a calculator. So, on a calculator, just make sure that you punch in correctly. 260 times. Now, it depends on your calculator. Some of your calculators you can punch the negative sign first, 0.04. Other ones you have to punch in the number first, then the negative sign. It's up to you in your calculator. And the negative button is either the plus minus button like I have here, or it'll be a button on your calculator that has a minus sign with brackets around it. Because there's a difference in the calculator between the negative sign and a minus sign. So get friendly with your calculator and figure it out. So 260 times, my calculator, you have to punch in the 0.04 and then the negative sign. And you get negative 10.4, which makes sense. Positive, negative, it should be negative. It's 10.4. No big deal, right? Okay. What about dividing? Remember, in dividing, you actually don't divide. You change the question to a multiply, and then you flip the second fraction. So you have negative 3 over 2. Change this into a multiply, and then flip this, negative 5 over 1. And here, look to cross cancel. Nope. Nope. So we have to multiply. 3 times 5, negative and negative makes it positive. 15 over 2 times 1, which is 2. 2 goes in there 7 times, with 1 left over. The answer is 7.5. This one here, same thing. I'm going to convert this to a multiply and flip this, but first we need to change these into improper fractions. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 1, 21 over 5. Don't forget the negative sign. And again, this negative sign, you could put it down here too, but you should make the numerator negative. It gets the negative sign. And then divided by, we'll flip later, hang on. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1, 10 over 3. It's also negative. Okay, so the rule is we're going to multiply and flip the second fraction. So negative 21 over 5 becomes, so this question becomes negative 21 over 5 times, flip this, 3 over negative 10. Check to see if you can cross multiply, and not happening. Can't cross cancel here. So we just got to do this the long way. 21 times 3, negative 21 times 3 is negative 63 over 5 times 10, negative 50. Wait a minute. Was this negative? Okay, yeah, see, I made a mistake already. The negative sign, like it was here, this 10, it stays with the numerator. It doesn't go down with the 10 like I had there. So this is not right. It actually would be the negative times a negative is a positive. Positive 63. And here 5 times 10, 50. Change that into a mixed number. 50 goes in there once with 13 left over 50. Not a problem at all, right? Okay. Now dividing decimals. Everyone loves to divide decimals, but again, I want to use a calculator. So just punch it in exactly as you see it. There's no trick here. 0.25 divided by negative 0.6. Remember, my calculator, I had to put the 0.6 first, then the negative sign, and I get an answer that is going to be negative, and it's negative 416 repeating. So negative 0.416, and just the 6 is repeating. So there you go. Here are your skill testing questions, just 3 of them. Enjoy.